Iya, boleh. Boleh binaka everyone. I hope that every one of you is safe and healthy during this pandemic. I hope that you're all following the COVID guidelines that's been set out by the Ministry of Health and taking control of your health and your life and your bubble and the bubbles that you're interacting with. Now, moving on to yoga, just to throw it out there really quick, what is yoga? Yoga, it means the union and unifying. It is an ancient science. It's between 5,000 to 7,000 years old. That's how old yoga is. What it's seeking to do is to prepare your mind and your body to get it into a healthy state, resonating state where the both of them can work in harmony. They can both work together to assist you and not work against you and not be a burden in your life. Once you have your mind and your body working with you, the sky is the limit. So that is what is, in a nutshell, what it's basically all about. I wanted to talk quickly about the benefits of yoga, especially during these COVID times. And there's a lot of the disease going around. There's a lot of fear going around. There's a lot of negativity going around. Yoga has so many benefits. The yogic diet is extremely healthy and conscious. It's a real conscious approach. The yogic posture work and breath work are really good for your physical body. When it comes to your mental body, the techniques that are used are meditation and concentration, and really good to get your mind into a healthy place. Again, where your mind is going to work with your body in sync, and both of them will be working for you as opposed to working against you. The diet, you can drink grog, but not too much grog. Yeah, not every night grog, and cut down all the suki and things like that. So it's, I think, really good. It really cut down for me everything. So it's taken me, yoga's taken me all around the world. It's taken me everywhere. It's opened up my mind to other religions, to other forms of worship, to other perspectives, and has me really appreciative and humbled by the experience of life. These days, what I'm doing, I don't teach yoga per se, but I'm doing talks on spirituality, and I talk just about my experience for people who are interested in listening to that, but also it's a wonderful opportunity for other people that have questions about their spirituality to come out and have a platform and a place to talk openly. Again, all religions are fine. This is separate from religion. So we have lots of people from different religious backgrounds that come to listen to a yogic perspective on spirituality. Moving forward, me and my little family here, we're looking to take on more retreats, yoga retreats next year in our place out in Ovalau. We love doing retreats because it gets everyone away from the everyday life, and we get to implement vegetarian, vegan diets and get people to have some time out for themselves and detox completely, to reconnect to a more healthy lifestyle, reconnect to the circadian rhythms, and just rejuvenate themselves and come back feeling like they've been rejuvenated after being unplugged and plugged into yogic techniques, physical and mental, to bring them to a more wonderful position to live out their life. So I hope to see all of you soon doing some yoga. Nakavaliavu, nakavaliavu, and take care of yourself and your loved ones. Okay.
Mulavanaka, namaste everybody. Welcome to International Yoga Day. My name is Emma and I am sending out this love and video from my home studio in Lami. This year's theme for International Yoga Day is along the lines of be yoga, be home. And I just want to share a short little talanoa with you about what yoga has brought to my life, and in particular my life with family and my life as a woman. I began yoga as a small child with my grandmother, who had been shown yoga by her neighbor in Ba, where she lived. My mother then as well grew up in a family of yoginis, and I have been blessed with the treasure of yoga since I was a young child. And as a child, it taught me particularly how to breathe. And in uncertain situations, it taught me how to calm myself through breath. The asanas were always fun. We got to make shapes of elephants, dogs, snakes, make all kinds of hissing noises and sounds with our mouth as we learned pranayama. And later, as I grew into a woman, I followed many paths of yoga, many lineages, and eventually did my teacher training in yoga to dedicate a part of my life to finding that stability of spirit and stability of body and mind, and finding the place where they unite as yoga. And then as I had children, I discovered a whole new world that yoga brings, the ability to sit with uncomfortable feelings, to be present in difficult moments, to use yoga as the entry point to learning more about oneself, accepting more about oneself, particularly as a woman whose body changes and shifts and grows with or without having children. And I think as well with the joyous struggles of having children, finding those precious moments with them, to be calm and still and sit and look in their eyes and truly say, I see you. And now to bring the whole thing full circle and sharing yoga back with my children is joyous, and bringing our family closer together, particularly as we are all locked down at home for the last month or so. It breaks up their day, it breaks up my day. It relieves a lot of that stress, and as an adult, moving through the flow of asana or sitting in the quiet of meditation or pranayama, at least for those precious minutes, your mind can go somewhere else, and the worries and concerns of our daily existence can be put aside. Like clouds across the sky, we can let them pass, and we can focus on the big blue wonder that we have as this universe in our lives. So for this yoga day, I wish you all the very best in all of our trying circumstances, and I wish you to find moments of peace in that. And I encourage you through all of our other yogis that will be showcasing asana classes or meditation classes, to find some space and time for yourselves, for your children, for your family, and enjoy your presence and together with theirs. Namaste.
Namaste. My name is Lana Harriet Benes. I am a yoga teacher based in Suva, Fiji. And this International Yoga Day, June 21st, 2021, I'd like to share my own personal journey into yoga and the benefits that I've found along the way. So I came into yoga just after high school when I was attending university here at the University of the South Pacific. I was very stressed in my studies, and I was looking for something to provide me with a sense of calm and a sense of peace. So I saw in the local newspapers the yoga classes at the Indian Cultural Centre in Turak, led by Danu Patel. I attended several times a week, and I actually found the classes to be very beneficial to my mind and my body. We were doing asana, which is the poses. We were doing a bit of pranayama, which is controlled breathing, and dhyana, which is the meditation I found really good for my mind. So I found yoga to be very suitable to my personality and the situation that I was in as a student, because I was never a sporty person, but I was always interested in things like yoga, martial arts like Tai Chi, and also just things that were more, not so much focused on the group, but more on myself. I found yoga to be the thing that really made my body and my mind really calm and gave it a sense of peace. So that's how my journey started. And then moving on from there, I was also about 10 years later in my adult life as a working person, I was looking to develop my yoga practice further and to actually start to learn about how to teach it. Though I wasn't actually planning on becoming a teacher, to tell you the truth. So I found the yoga teacher training course through the Heart of Yoga in Taviuni, and the information was sent to me by my friend Louise Claire, who was a yoga teacher in Nandi at the time in 2017. So we connected on Facebook, and I had also bought a copy of the Heart of Yoga by TKV Desikachar, son of Tirumalai Krishnamacharya, who was the father of modern day yoga, and he was born in Madras, South India. I found that Heart of Yoga book to be really an insight into yoga, and it was very good because it was very simple. It wasn't so technical like a lot of other yoga books. And it was through that yoga book that I actually started to develop an interest in deepening my own practice. That's how I contacted Louise, and she shared the fact that that book was edited by the teacher of the Heart of Yoga, Mark Whitwell. And then she told me about the yoga teacher training course. And then I attended in 2017. So after attending that course, I came back to Suva. I started doing my own practice every day, because that's part of the course, is learning how to do your own home practice rather than just attending classes and just being a participant, but to actually cultivate yoga in your own life. So probably I'd say after a year and a half, that's when I actually started to look into teaching here in Suva, and I did. I started teaching at Suva Physio Centre. I taught for 6 months, and today I have found that the people that used to come to my classes still send me messages, and they really thank me for the classes, and they really love the classes because the classes were focused on the breath. And the breath was something that they found that brought them a sense of peace and inner awareness. So, in summary, yoga for me today has really brought me to my own breath, to my awareness of my breath, my inhale, my exhale, the pauses in between. And yoga is really a part of my daily life. And so what I'd like to share with everyone is that on this International Yoga Day, and the current situation that we find in the world with COVID and just the way the world is moving, is that I think yoga is really a wonderful practice, a wonderful science brought to us by the ancient people and gurus of India that we can put and practice in our own lives to connect us to our own breath. And as some of the gurus have said, the longer that you breathe and the deeper that you breathe, the longer that you will live. So the breath is the key to life. So I'd like to wish everyone a happy International Yoga Day, and thank you for this time. Namaste.
Nisa Bulavinaka and Namaste Fiji. I'm so pleased to join you today for the International Day of Yoga 2021. The theme for this year, if you haven't heard, is Yoga at Home, Yoga with Family. So I thought I would just take this moment and share with you a little about what yoga has meant for me, and also particularly what yoga has meant for us as a family in the last year. So let me introduce myself. My name is Alana Tilly. I live here in beautiful sunny Nandi with my husband, who's from Suva, and our 2 children, aged 1 and 6. And you might notice I have an accent. So I'm originally from Australia, but I've lived here in Fiji for around the last 10 years. My mother's from Lautoka, so I'm very proud of my Indo-Fijian heritage and also to be a part of our beautiful country, Fiji. Before I lived in Fiji, I lived in Australia in a capital city, and my life was somewhat typical of modern day life. So I lived in the inner city, had a corporate job, life, certain aspects of it were quite stressful. Of course, it still came with a lot of positive things as well, but modern life is challenging these days to try and find the balance. So when I started practicing yoga regularly, I really noticed how I could be more aware of what those balances were with my physical health, with my mental health and well-being, and just with how I was able to approach each day with my own work and what I hope to do, and also my relationships and how I related with people around me. So I really found that I started noticing, feeling a lot stronger, a lot more balanced, I had a lot more clarity. So there were really a lot of wonderful benefits to yoga that I started wanting this to be part of my life on an ongoing basis, which I actually ended up making that happen. So now, after living and practicing yoga here in Nandi, it's really become a beautiful part of my life. And I feel that yoga for me is a little bit like a boat in the ocean. There's often currents that can take you off in other directions, or there's rough storms, or your boat even might tip over. But yoga is there like a boat to support you. It brings you back onto the path that you're really meant to be on. It helps you be more in tune of how you react to things around you and the outside world, and how things affect you and how also you affect others. So overall, it's a wonderful aspect of my life that I always love sharing with other people through my teaching. So one of the main messages as well today that I wanted to share, that yoga has a lot of perceptions that, or expectations, I guess, that it's meant to be a certain way or for certain people. But the thing is, yoga is for everybody. And that's a really important message to understand, that it can be from anybody, from any background, even from any religion. You know, yoga practice can be aside from religion as well. And even if you have injuries, if you're older, I mean, there's people who are, you know, over 100 years old who still practice yoga. People who have injuries, health complications, even if you're just mentally not in a great place, it doesn't stop you from starting a yoga practice. And the main aspect as well to realize is that your yoga practice begins with your breath, and everybody can breathe. So this means that wherever you are in Fiji or in the world, you can be out on the far islands, maybe there's not even any electricity or any data, phone towers where you are, you can still practice yoga just the same as somebody who is in the city with maybe limited space. They might not have much space to even put a mat, but you can always just find this little space around you to have your own practice, or at least start a practice with breath, meditation, mindfulness, maybe a few postures, asana, to start incorporating yoga practice into your day-to-day life. So thank you for listening, and hopefully what I shared was enjoyable or rang a bell with you in some way. And I just wanted you to hopefully take the time, if you can, to take a few minutes to celebrate International Day of Yoga in your own way. So even if you haven't practiced yoga before, maybe you could take a couple of minutes to think about practicing, or maybe even start a small practice. And for those of you that practice regularly, I really hope that you take the opportunity to enjoy your practice today and really celebrate what yoga means for you and your life. Thank you very much.
Bulavina Kakimuni, Namaskaram Fiji. A wonderful and joyous International Day of Yoga to you all. This beautiful celebration falls onto the same day as our winter solstice. I would like to invite you to take this moment with me as a moment of acknowledging, of worshipping, of celebrating the sun. We will be doing one round of Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation. My beautiful assistant will be demonstrating the 12 steps, the asanas, and I will be accompanying him with my harmonium and the mantras, the sun salutation mantras. If you are not familiar with the sun salutation, just sit down with an erect spine on the floor or on your chair. Have your hands either on your thighs or in your lap with palms facing up, and simply close your eyes and enjoy the vibration. Let's start. Come to the beginning of your mat. Just close your eyes for a second and arrive. Bring your hands into your heart center. With an open mind and an open heart, I dedicate this practice to the sun. the son of Aditi, the cosmic divine mother, to the one who is responsible for life, to the one who is worthy of praise and glory, to the giver of wisdom and cosmic illumination. Keep your eyes closed. Have a nice big smile on your face. Just visualize the cosmic sun, cosmic energy within your heart. Bow down to your divine self and then slowly open your eyes. Thank you all for joining us today. We're wishing you a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay healthy. Stay safe in these challenging times. We're wishing you joy and happiness on all your ways. Namaste.